Okay, here we go. It's the last level of Peru. All we need to do is head on into the tomb, really. So we're in the tomb of Qualopec, which is what Lara's been searching for such a long time. Now, I have to say, I was slightly concerned by that particular grab, because it was not something that I was expecting. It was just like, oh my god, I didn't know Lara could do that. Because generally, kind of, whenever the game expects you to make a jump, you are generally, kind of, looking at it from a reasonably straightforward perspective. You're not generally asked to make diagonal leaps of faith between ledges, but still. So we want to get up here, but rather annoyingly there's a lovely boulder here that's wanting to kill us, and now there are gates. Wonderful. So now to progress we need to deal with 3 switches, I believe. Now these 3 switches are dotted about the tomb, there are 2 on either side, and there is one that's above the entrance, I believe. Now, it's very easy to be an idiot in this particular room, because you can really only go one way to start with, which is this way. It is possible to make it over to the other side, however it's very difficult and there's not really much point in doing so. But our first switch is down this first corridor of death. It's basically all a timing thing, really. The other corridor, I believe, is a bit more difficult, though, which is slightly annoying. You know what I mean? You'd expect that that corridor would be quite difficult to time, but it's surprisingly not. And even if you do get hit, just use a health pack. There are 2 around this corner, so they're being kind to you. So here we are in the room of the first switch. I believe there's something on the floor somewhere. Or not. Never mind. Basically, we are heading to the switch that was very evident on the wall. And to get there, we need to climb all the way up to the top first, because Lara needs to use her weight to drag it down. Because it's a bit, well, it's a bit too high up for her to grab normally. And I did not mean to do that. Damn it, Lara. Now, this particular one's really not that difficult, and To be perfectly honest, the main rooms themselves are not that difficult, it's just the pathway to the room. I'd say the next one is worse, for a variety of reasons that you will see shortly. Now, I have absolutely no idea what that is there for. My guess is that it's just there to trick you ever so slightly, because they do like doing that every now and again. They give you a few things that you don't need to use. I mean, most of the things you do need to use, / avoid. But whenever they give you grappling things, general principle is use it, sometimes they're just pointless. Also, facing a velociraptor down in these corridors is not pleasant in the slightest. Because obviously they're quite quick and quite powerful. So, be very, very, very careful. Now, this is being a little bit preemptive, but seeing as when we eventually get to the end of this chapter, things are going to happen quite quickly, I should bring it up now. So in the opening cutscene we met Larson Conway, who basically offered Lara the chance to go on this journey. So, apparently, he was a former lieutenant, however you want to pronounce it, in the United States Marine Corps, having served several years in Special Operations, but he was dishonourably discharged after a violent disagreement with the commanding officer. He also appears in Tomb Raider Chronicles, but it wasn't until, well, this is kind of, the original Tomb Raider is his main thing for the series, and in Tomb Raider Anniversary he is voiced by Dave Wittenberg, who you may be very surprised to hear who else he voices. So, one of his most famous roles is Henry Wong in Digimon Tamers, which I was very surprised to find out about. He's also Kakashi Hatake in Naruto, so you've got some. He's pretty famous. He also voices Yuzu in Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Then Alan Ridgely in Xenosaga, Yoshitsune Miyamoto in Appleseed, and then he's also in a good deal of other stuff. But those are pretty much his main roles. He's also the Mad Doctor in the two rather poor Epic Mickeys. And Captain Amadar / Captain Cryptic in Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. And he's also the voice of Regal Bryant in Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. Which is sad because it's not the original voice cast. Boo. So this is what I was talking about earlier with our inability to access the other side properly without doing other things first. Because to get across safely, you need to have 2 platforms rather than 1. However, it is possible to get across with just 1, and I have done it, because that was actually the first side that I reached when I was recording. But I sustained a lot of damage, let's put it that way. There was also a bit of a recording failure, if I recall correctly. So, yeah. But there's a really sneakily hidden artifact in this corridor, and I dislike it because it's mean. Basically, the artifact is hidden at the bottom of this wonderful pit. And when I found it completely by accident, because I fell down here. So the artifact itself is hidden away in this corner here. You can see that's how much damage I had sustained when I got down there. Yeah, that right there is one of the annoying but useful things about Tomb Raider Anniversary, in that once you've picked up an artifact or a relic, it automatically saves it. So you don't have to pick it up again if you die. However, it does this for the entire save file. So even if you reload a save, an earlier save, I believe, that artifact is still not there. So if you pick it up, you can't go back to it. Which is so frustrating. Especially when you've got the Hapage doing its thing of deciding it's going to break on you. Or at least kind of, not break, but stop recording every now and again at really inconvenient moments. Because you're basically just like, come on, seriously, stop doing this to me. And now we've got some wolves to slaughter. Hopefully they're not too difficult to dispatch, and the enemies later on are certainly more difficult than those poor wolves. So our way to proceed is by pulling this cage out, and we're going to use this to do some jumping. Now, for the longest time I was stuck here. Basically, what my problem was that I hadn't climbed up high enough up the first hole to be able to make the jump over, so that Lara will actually grab the ledge. Well, grab the other pole. Oh god, that was frustrating. I was just like, is the game bugged? Have I done something wrong? Because I just kept missing, and it wasn't until I did that I was just like, oh, I didn't climb up high enough. Well, that was silly of me. But, thankfully, right here is our second switch. And I'm pretty sure that after this, all we need to do is just kind of, yeah, make our way back round to the, main area, and then we can continue and get out of this place. Because I think our the wonderful piece of the Scion that we have been searching is just up there. It's very well hidden, this wonderful piece of the Scion. Because that's what it's called, what we're searching for, it's the Scion. believe it's been mentioned. I don't know. Either way, it's the Scion that we're after. And there's another Velociraptor. Wonderful. Now there is a way to get your things reloaded, and that's just by tapping the Y button, and Lara will reload automatically. There's a wonderful Velociraptor down here, but we're not going to fight it. Why would we do that? That'd be stupid. I mean, if you wanted to get all of the kills in the game, you really should go kill it, but I can't be doing with that stuff. I mean, the thing is it's gonna die down there anyway, because there's no food. But at least I'm not kind of personally responsible for slaughtering it. You can't blame me. Now, I have to say, that particular room there, that architecture just reminds me so much of, like some of the rooms in Tomb Raider Legend. It's really weird. Either way, how very interesting. So that must be Qualopec, and oh god, that's terrifying.
Here sits the god King Qualopec, one of the triumvirate, keepers of the 3 pieces of the Scion, diviners of its knowledge, sacred rulers of Atlantis.
Lara, I think you should just grab the Scion and run, if I'm honest. Oh dear god, it's alive. Yes, Lara, run. Now, even though kind of it may appear that you are under a time limit right now, I don't believe you are, at least not until towards the end of the run. But it's really not that difficult to make it out, so don't worry too much. Now there's some more Velociraptors down in the bottom pit here, but once again, just avoid them and run. There's not really much point to fighting Velociraptors, considering they're going to get caved in anyway. It's the same as the last one, really. Just let it die by natural causes like the rest of the dinosaurs. If by the rest of the dinosaurs dying by natural causes you define whatever the hell it was, either asteroid / meteor / whatever else, killing them, but oh well. Hello, Larson.
I'm not surprised.
You got your job, I got mine. I'll take it from here.
I hope Natla sent you here with more than that shotgun.
I know.
Don't sweat it, kitten. I prefer a more hands-on approach.
And here we have another lovely quick-time event. Now it's quite funny because in the original game this was literally just a small cutscene, but they have expanded it, as with everything else. But Lara is still gonna basically finish off Larson in exactly the same way. At the end of this cutscene specifically.
Where's the rest of it?
Give me a minute. I'm thinking. Whoa, makes no difference to me. Pierre's probably already found his piece.
Pierre Dupont? Where?
Now that I don't know.
All right. I'm convinced.
Damn, you really had me going there.
Take that, Larson. Don't go getting into any more trouble, will you? Now, after that cutscene, you will automatically get the shotgun if you hadn't picked it up earlier, so, that's nice of them. Now Lara's going to look like a complete and utter badass. I mean, this cutscene is beautiful. Just that cityscape is... oh, wonderful. So, where's the second piece of the Scion, eh?
Looks like our girl's pulled it off.
Of course she has. Now it's up to you.
Not that I'm complaining, boss, but what makes you so sure she's not gonna bring it back herself?
Lara would never part with the Scion. She's far too obsessed with it, just like her father. Ah, Monsieur Dupont. You have something to report?
Good news, madame. Your information was correct. I have located my piece of the Scion. Voila! It is buried under a place called...
St. Francis Folly.
And so, it is now time to head to Greece. This is going to be very, very interesting indeed. Let's go.